Here's the truth. Pinterest isn't just a mood board anymore. It's becoming one of the strongest shopping platforms out there. And right now, literally everyone's talking about one thing: collection ads. They're visual, shoppable, and they're dominating Pinterest feeds this fall. So if you want to catch the holiday wave sort of without spending like a big retailer, then this episode is definitely for you. Welcome back to the Pin and Plan podcast. I'm Lisa, your host, Pinterest pioneer, and longtime member of the Pinterest business community. You can always find me, just tag me at Body Mind Mood. I'm the founder of Body Mind Mood and the Simple Site Lab, and I am truly a bit of a Squarespace nerd. Just know that. Now, I'm trying something new this week, so I'm going to just share a little bit about it. I want to share with you sort of as a new part of our show, what happens or what is happening across social media, not just on Pinterest, because I think it's really relevant because a lot of my listeners are not only on Pinterest, but they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok and other platforms. So I thought, you know what, let's do this. And remember, this is not because we're all running TikTok shops or Instagram ads, but because these platforms absolutely shape each other. I mean, they really do. And what's happening over there today usually shows up on Pinterest in some form tomorrow or vice versa. So let's get into it. TikTok. I am on TikTok. I know a few other PBC members who are on TikTok. Now, they just introduced bundled storefront features. I mean, how cool is that? Creators can now group products into themed sets. So think like things like a back to school bundle or maybe a holiday party must-haves, and they sell them literally right under a video. So why does this matter for us? Well, it's like the same psychology behind why collection ads are working so well on Pinterest. People love curated sets, not just single items. And I think we can all agree on that. I certainly do love the curated sets. Now, Instagram, they've been busy. A whole bunch of things have been happening on Instagram, but more importantly to this episode, Instagram has updated its shops tab. So instead of products, just product feeds, right? Now they're curating seasonal picks. This is essentially Instagram, to my mind, sort of mimicking, or not copying, but mimicking Pinterest seasonal discovery models. Translation for this: the seasonal moment is getting more competitive everywhere. I think this is really what this is telling us, which makes being on Pinterest early even more valuable. Okay. Now on the PBC, the buzz in the PBC really has been nonstop around Pinterest shopping. Small businesses are asking, do I need a full catalog to try? How do I monetize for the season? You know, what's trending, right? Am I too late to start for the holidays? Well, spoiler alert, you're not too late, but you do really need to start like now. Okay. So, pardon me, moving right along. I also ran a poll last week asking which Pinterest metrics matter most to you. Now, just to be fair, before I read the results, just know this: a lot of people actually DM me. They really do. They DM me the results or their votes, and I sort of calculate, and that's great. No judgment. I have in the PBC today have put a poll in addition to the post. So I hope you will vote there as well. So what Pinterest metric matters the most? So based on last week's episode, the number one Pinterest analytic you should be tracking in 2025. Let's do it. Impressions, 29%. Now I do, just as a side note, view impressions as more of a vanity metric. Saves were 18%, outbound clicks 42%. Yay. That means, you know, a lot of people are sort of on the same page. And of course, to my Pinterest outliers, no judgment, 11% for other. Okay. Now that what it tells me really, this whole poll, is that clicks are still in the lead, which, you know, means you're focused on real traffic and sales, not just the metric like the vanity numbers. And that is the shift. That is exactly why, for example, collection ads are worth talking about today. So let's dig into why these ads are buzzing and how you can actually use them in like this season. Okay. Now these ads are everywhere in feeds right now because, one, they blend really seamlessly. Like you don't even see them with the organic pins. So what's happening is users are not, you know, scrolling past as they would with sort of a traditional ad, which is amazing. They also drive a higher CTR or click-through rate. Now, Pinterest has been reporting that double digits over static ads. Like they're really doing very, very well. And lastly, they're perfect for seasonal bundles. That means fall outfits, holiday decor, curated gift sets, right? And the timing, well, it's spot on as usual. Pinterest data shows holiday searches begin in September and tend to peak in November. So if you're active now, you're most definitely ahead of the curve. So the next question, logically, of course, is how do you use them? Right? If you don't have a massive catalog. Now, for me personally, I do not have a massive catalog, and I'm more of a service-based business. Both of my businesses are. So here's the game plan you want to implement. You're going to lead with one hero image or video, right? You are going to, you can choose either or. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's really down to you. This is like the styled kind of anchor pin, right? That starts to set the whole scene before you start adding. Now, when I say adding, I mean layering. So you're going to layer in your next step, you're going to layer in maybe 2 to 4 supporting product images. Nicely, of course. Think candles, jewelry, digital guides, and in my case, services if you're, for other service-based businesses, if you brand them visually. Now, of course, you're going to add seasonal keywords. Think things like holiday gift guide 2025, fall to Christmas decor, maybe winter wardrobe for 2025. You're going to add in those keywords in your description, your overlay text, and pin title. Okay. And remember, curated collections make smaller offers feel a lot bigger because they're more intimate. Right? And they speak much louder to pinners and audiences, your audience and sort of the audience on Pinterest at large. Now, even if you only have maybe 2 or 3 products or 2 or 3 digital downloads, presenting them as a set makes them look intentional and shop-worthy. Okay? Now, I think it's worth saying also that, when people are shopping on Pinterest, a lot of it is very emotionally driven, like in a positive way, so that, people are seeing things. They're like, I want to try that. I want to buy that. I want to know more about that. And that engages them. The more curated the ad or the collection ad, the better it is, I truly believe. Now, this last bit also ties in to this week's Pinterest pin and plan Pioneer tip. Yep, I added Pioneer because, I'm a pioneer. Tip of the week. So let's do this. Creating your collections around scenarios, not just your products, right? I talked about moments in 2 episodes back about moments when you're advertising, right? It's the feel, it's the visual feel and the connection with that particular moment. My example in my PBC post was coffee. Right? Your coffee moments, going from sipping iced lattes to hot lattes from summer to fall. In the example I'm sharing with you today, instead of a fall candle collection, try Cozy Night in Essentials. Yep. That way you can pin not just the candle, but also your blanket, your tea set, and a journaling guide. Okay? Why does it work? Pinterest users search for experiences and or moments. I keep throwing that in, moments. Christmas morning ideas, holiday dinner table ideas, maybe winter reset routines. And I'm just going to throw it in there, coffee reset routines. Hello. By framing your products around scenarios or moments, you tap into how people actually search and save and technically how they feel. Right? You're also speaking to how people feel. And that is really important. Now, moving right along here, real PBC question and answer. This comes from Letty Farias in the Pinterest business community. Now she asks, I keep hearing that Pinterest users start holiday shopping earlier than on other platforms. When's the best time to start running seasonal pins or ads? Which is an awesome question. She's exactly right. Pinterest shoppers are planners. Yes, they are. According to Pinterest Seasonal Insights, holiday searches climb in September and then sort of peak mid-November, sort of weeks earlier really than Instagram or TikTok, which means the best time to start is now. The earlier you publish your seasonal pins or run collection ads, the more you capture early planners while sort of staying relevant throughout December. Okay? So if you're waiting until Black Friday to launch, please don't. because on Pinterest, you've technically already missed the first wave. That's why this week's poll is such a good gut check. So let's get into it. This week's poll: will you test Pinterest collection ads this fall? Yes, already planning to. I want to, but I need a tutorial. Not yet. I'm sticking with organic only. Let me know what you think. Vote here on Spotify or DM me on the PBC at Body Mind Mood and share your vote. You can also DM me on Instagram at Body Mind Mood Fit. However you choose to vote, please do it. Your votes really do help me, not just convey the information to my listeners and all of you, but also it helps me to plan to what to cover next. So if enough of you say, for example, you want a tutorial, well, then I'll break one down step by step in an upcoming episode. So please do share your votes. I've also included a poll on today's PBC post about this podcast episode. So vote for me, please. Now, that's a wrap on episode 11. Yay. What's the takeaway here? Well, takeaways are collection ads are exploding on Pinterest this fall. What can I say? They blend into feeds. They work for curated bundles, big or small, and they catch holiday search traffic earlier than anywhere else. The winning strategy: think scenarios, not single items. Okay? Because Pinterest users save ideas, not just products. Next week, we're shifting back to AI formatting. I'm spoiling here. How to design pins that are not just Pinterest ready, but also AI search ready. It's coming, people. You don't want to miss this. I promise you don't want to miss it. This is going to talk about how to create and manage so they show up in Google searches, ChatGPT searches, and so on. It really is the future of search. Now, until then, keep pinning with purpose. If you haven't joined the PBC, please head over to the PBC. Join. It's a great place, great community. Get to meet the moderators, other small business owners and pinners, the Pinterest team, and myself. Tag me, please. And remember that new episodes for this podcast drop every Thursday. So please join me. I hope you have an amazing week. Until then, keep pinning with purpose. See you soon.